Let's take you now to Soweto for the latest on the situation in Pimville, where Gauteng police say a taxi has been torched by unknown suspects. No injuries have been reported and a case of malicious damage to property has been opened for further investigations. The incident took place near Maponya Mall, where Soweto residents came out in their numbers after an e-hailing driver was killed in an arson attack last night. Police say units from SABC, JMPD, National Traffic and Gauteng Traffic are monitoring the situation. All right, for more on this, SABC senior reporter Chriselda Lewis is at Maponya Mall for us in Pimville, Soweto. Chriselda, a very good afternoon to you and thank you so much for your time. Of course, you've been at the scene now pretty much for the rest of the morning and day. Just speak to us about the very latest. Sadly, you've spoken to the family that has lost a loved one in this incident.
All right, I must apologize for that, Unati. I'm just trying to look behind me. What is taking place there? All right, I'm not sure what the situation is at that particular direction. However, the situation does remain volatile here in Soweto as the MEC is still in talks with a number of stakeholders regarding the ongoing violence here. As you correctly pointed out, we spoke to the families of the deceased, or the family of the deceased a little bit earlier on today, them expressing devastation, wanting answers about what exactly had happened. Also, a taxi has been torched, as you mentioned in your intro there. Fears that there may be a retaliation of violence given the fact that the allegations relate to ongoing dissent between taxi drivers as well as the e-hailing drivers as well. I'm trying to check. I'm not sure what's happening towards that direction, but I want to bring in EFF Member of Parliament, Kaula. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Mama, you're also here today to speak to the community pertaining to this horrific situation. What have you heard on the ground? I'm not sure what's taking place there.
I angaze ngizwe lutho kwenza ngapha but engakusho nje lana mina into engithangize la ilento engibukayo ukuthi thina abantu abamnyama bala eSouth Africa sisakwazi ukubulalana sodwa. Le nto iyasihlekisa ngezinye izizwe ukuthi while sithina siphethe government kodwa kusekhona abantu abakwazi ukuthi mangabe kukhona ungaboni ngeso besibulalana nakubuyisa lento yethayi noma no petrol. And into engiphatha kambi kakhulu nayo yonke ukuphuma komphefumulo ukuthi ubani angahwebi ubani akahwebe angabe kuhlalwa phansi kulungiswa ngoba ezinye izinto kunjenje ukufeyila ka government Department of Transport. Before ke ngifike lana njoba sengifika late ngiyabonga ukuthi amanye bethu amakomisazi njalo ama MC asengenile la ngaphakathi kwi-meeting ngoba mina ngiqale clinic ngiyokwenza i-oversight khona. Sizolindela ukuthi babuya nalo isixazululo ukuze lento ingenzeki ingaqhubeki ngoba ukushona komuntu omnyama ebulawa umunye omnyama kuyisiqalo lesesikhulu phambi kaNkulunkulu ngenxa nje yokuthi khona la ningaboni khona ngesolini. Emiyalezo ke nguthumela mina kubantu bakithi eke befunda ukubekezelelana. Imali negazi ayihlangani. Angazi what kind of people now esebekwazi ukuthi mangabe ubona umunye uthi uyahweba fanele umdisturb. Before ngifike lana ngikwazile ukufona ifonela ioffice ka DG waka transport. Lezi zinto zibike zenzeke KZN noma ngakaze kwenzeke lana ukuthi kugcine kufike kulokho. Kodwa into esayenza ngayenza ngafonela uDJ waka transport wanginikeza uMr Mkhwebane official ukuthi akeze ezolungisa ngoba nalapha kwasekutholakala ukuthi bayabanga babanga umzila lo babona ngathi into enhle lokuthi sibanga umzila bakwazi ukuthi angathi akuze yena azohlala phansi nalama association O2 nalapha bukakubangwa ukuthi abanye baya ngene airport bakwazi ukuthi bakwazi ukulayisha abantu abanye abangeni kwathiwa ama permit. Ngambuza umbuzo ukuthi into eyenza ukuthi labantu bengethola ama permit yini ngoba baya-aplya laba bantu. Inkinga ile ma-ofisi enu. Ngicela niyisolve le nto, bakwazi ukuyisolva ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi balungiselwe abantu. 2, into esilimazayo la. Yile nto esiphatha kabi yokuthi even kukhona ko-Uber lana bakhona nabanye bamunyisa ososishini mhlawumbe sithi basemateksini abanabo Uber la. Kodwa manje bagcina sebelwa ngathi bona abantu abakude balwisana nalaba. Kusho ukuthi ngamanye seem like bafuna ukuthi laba abanye bahambe kusale bona balokhuzi baqhubeke baphande. Lento ayizwakali ngangesintu, ayizwakali. Buka lengane yabantu encane esukele emakhaya ithi izozama umsebenzi ayikho. Ubu yasiza ngoba umsebenzi ayikho. Bazoyibulala bayibulala kabuhlungu. Bathini ngayo? Ibuhlungu into eyenzekileyo lana, and kuyimanje kume yonke into kunabantu ofanele bazothenga silana abakwazi ukuzothenga.
Sabula kakhulu ke xesha lakho mama. Ubuthe useyoncokola nje nomphakathi. Sabula kakhulu mama Khawula. EFF a member of parliament, also a number of dignitaries and from various sectors have descended here in Soweto to try and get an understanding of a situation that has clearly turned out of hand. You'll forgive me a bit there, Unathi. I'd been looking around a bit, and I think in fact, I'll just ask my colleague, perhaps let me bring in Theo Malele with...
If we don't close the economy,
just a second. Theo, thank you very much indeed for your time. We do apologize. We've had to just bring you in as we saw you come out. First of all, Taxi Association, your response to what has taken place here in Soweto.
Well, it is unfortunate what happened here yesterday, but let us first start by passing our condolences to the family of the bereaved, and also wish those that are hurt in hospital for a speedy recovery, and call on, sober leadership to prevail in order for us to find everlasting solutions to the problems that we are facing. We've currently also noticed that there's been a fragmentation of the leadership of the e-hailing services, and they should actually find themselves, so that we can all speak reason to the challenges that we are all facing, and ensure that we come up with solutions that would not need us to fight, but instead let us promote for dialogue.
But there have been huge accusations that it is the taxi industry that has been bullying the e-hailing drivers. This allegation has been long-standing. There have been talks that have been had. That allegation still persists today. There are also allegations that somewhat this latest incident, that's the allegation, is that the taxi industry is involved. What investigations have you done to ensure we try to get to the bottom of what has obviously now turned out of hand?
Look, it's still early days, because this happened last night, and we were called in today, and we are busy engaging with all relevant stakeholders with the MEC currently to try and find, the solution. But basically, currently it is speculation. We can therefore not cast aspersions. Let us then, call for law enforcement agencies to expedite their processes and get deep into this and ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book. So we are not sure as to exactly who did this. Like I said, it is speculation. Let law enforcement agencies, come through and tell us precisely what, there are footages, as we are told. Let the footages then tell us precisely what has actually transpired.
All right, and Theo, as the National Taxi Alliance, what do you think is the way forward? What's the way forward, with regard to what we're seeing here now? Because the body count is certainly rising.
Well, the way forward is that the engagements with the MEC that are currently taking place every other week on a Friday, because she has actually established a crisis committee that seeks to look at all the challenges that are facing the public transport sector. So we would like to see this process unfolding so that we find an everlasting solution to the challenges.
Right. Theo Malelo, thank you very much indeed. Theo Malele, who is the National Taxi Alliance spokesperson, saying at this particular point investigations need to be concluded or to be conducted before an assertion or a definite answer can be given to the question who is behind this latest incident involving the death of this e-hailing driver. And while those investigations continue, the concern in the taxi industry, the concern in the e-hailing industry is that there's going to be these continued rifts that are taking place as a result of some of the challenges that the e-hailing drivers say they are experiencing, claiming that they're being bullied on the road, they're not being allowed to operate in some of these shopping centres. They've named quite a few. So they're hoping that tangible solutions will come from this meeting, which is still underway with the MEC of Roads and Transport here in Gauteng.
And a lot of community members are also very much concerned, Chriselda, just listening to some of them speaking to you, saying that it is high time that there is stability as it relates to public transport, particularly when you look at both e-hailing services as well as taxi operators. But